Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful spirit whispers. How are you today? How are you on this fine early morning? Probably still asleep. Wondering why this crazy lady's awake. It is 3:50. I've been up for a little while actually. I got up before my alarm. There you go. Here's the time, 3:51. So yeah, I've been up about roughly 30 minutes. Did what I had to do, and then I came up. I have shorts on, but my legs are chilly. I'm gonna cover up with a sweater, cover my legs up. Okay, so I am using, and I'm gonna watch this after like I usually do to edit, see if it makes any difference, but I am using my mic this morning. I am not shouting any louder than I usually speak, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, we'll see if it makes much of a difference. I do fidget a lot with my hair. I do have the wind guard. I left the wind guards on, so hopefully that will drown out the sound of me fidgeting with my hair, because I do fidget with my hair. It's just an anxiety thing. I talk with my hands, always have, but I fidget with my hair, and it's more of an anxiety thing than anything. Okay, so good morning. When I got up this morning, I kind of felt a little weird because I wasn't being pulled up to do any one person. So I think it's probably going to be another open floor. I think I for a brief moment mentioned right now, like the biggest, between Brian Enton and Ashley Banfield and a couple others, they're following the missing Lynette Hooker. I mean, like everybody is, but right now I have watched a couple of, I don't think I watched anything from Brian about her, but I have watched a few things. I think Ashley's put out maybe three or four videos talking about her now. Ashley actually went to Bahamas to investigate and all that, and not investigate, but like do some investigation interviews, and to talk to a few people and to kind of learn the area and, you know, this, that, and the other. Anyway, I'm seeing her face this morning. But I'm not being pulled to talk about her. That's weird. You guys have to understand, you know, since I've really been tapping into my abilities, a lot of different abilities and things have been coming up that I've noticed that I've been able to do. So when I say this has never happened before, I don't mean my ability. I mean this sort of ability, but it's showing me her face. So when I say Lynette Hooker, her face pops in my head. I see her face, but I'm not being drawn. I'm not seeing, I don't know about this mic, guys. We're going to try. I'm not being drawn. I'm not being pulled to talk about her. And I don't know why I keep seeing her face. Because I'm not really, and I don't like to talk about things unless I'm being asked to do so. But I keep seeing her face, but I don't have that urgency. I don't know. It's weird. So what we'll do is I'm going to ask my spirit guides as always, but I feel like it's going to be an open floor. We're going to use the spirit talker. I'm still playing with the Spy app. Since it changed and I had to start paying for it because it used to be free, it's doing a weird thing. So I don't know. It's the one there, like I said, there's two different apps within it. You have the what were they called? Hold on, let me turn it on. You have Sam, which is the one that we used before. I think Sam is kind of like a spirit talker. And then you have the Spy-M. And when I turn on the Spy-M, it looks like it normally does when you turn it on. But then when I touch the microphone to speak on it, it's letting me know that it's collaborating. And you have to be absolute quiet and everything for it to collaborate. And it's just, I haven't had the time to sit here and play with it like that. So I think we're going to use the Spirit Talker today. We have our empath protection candle. We've burned it a few times. It's almost like if you look at it, it almost looks like, you know how if you were to cut into a tree and it would have lines on how old. I mean, it kind of has, see, the lines from burning it. But we're going to use this today. We use this every time we come up here. It's always very, very wise to protect yourself as much as you can. Just breaking off that long wick. I did get a new one. It's not only to protect me, but my spirit guides also communicate to me with the candle. But I did get a newer one. And this is the name of it. Okay, I'll show you what the new one looks like. This is the new one. And it smells delicious. It has your amethyst crystals with your eucalyptus, and it is absolutely amazing. It is soy-based candle, which I like a soy-based candle better than I do a beeswax because they burn cleaner, they burn nicer, they burn more evenly, where sometimes a beeswax candle doesn't quite burn evenly, and you have, like, you know, a weird candle and all that good stuff. But I just like the way it burns. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and light this and get our spirit talkers awake this morning. And we're going to let it do its thing. Let it settle. Wake up our spirit guides. Here we go. Okay. And obviously when the flame was longer, you guys were able to see when my spirit guides were speaking, because we usually do a flicker to acknowledge or for them to let me know they're here. And then usually when the flame is a lot, I mean, I could do it now, but you guys wouldn't see it. We do when the flame goes to the right, it's yes. Flame goes to the left, it's no. They have done some curly and they stretch that flame to the point where I have a piece of flame. It stretches and then there's this thin piece that comes off of it. It is absolutely amazing what they can do when they communicate with the candle. But I'm going to give them a moment. I'm going to take a moment. Oh, because I'm still waking up myself. Disclaimer, I vape. It's nicotine, nothing more. I do not promote smoking. I do not promote vaping, but it's something I do. I used to smoke many years ago. I quit cigarettes back in 2021. And that was probably my fourth time in my life quitting cigarettes. I can't speak this morning. And yes, I'm aware that vaping is not any healthier, but it's what I do. And one day I will wean myself from the vaping as well. In the meantime, I'll vape, okay? All right. Are you here with me, spirit guides? Give me a really strong flicker when you receive my message to let me know that you're here. I'm going to turn that one down because I do have the fireplace going. It's another soothing tool that I use. It's the fireplace app on the television. I have that going as well. And again, I am wearing the microphone in the house. Just make sure that it's still on. Yes, okay. I think it should be on. And this is our first time using the mics. So I will notice, and you should all notice, a difference in sound. Okay, because I don't scream. I'm not going to shout at the spirits. I'm not going to shout. I have neighbors. I'm not going to shout. There's no reason for me to shout. There are times where I will raise my voice a little and I will be stern, but I will not shout. Okay, shouting doesn't get anywhere. And you're wasting your time and your energy on shouting, thinking that the spirits are going to answer you. No, I'm not going to go into any type of, and this isn't even an investigation. This is my home, and I'm just here sharing a gift with you all. Okay, I am not an investigator, so I'm not going to shout. But again, like I said, we are using the mic today. See if there's any type of difference. See if you all can hear me better, because I'm not speaking any louder right now than I usually do. And yeah, we'll go from there. Spirit guides, are you here with me this morning? Can you give me a strong flicker? I can't speak. To let me know that you're here. All right, it's 4:02. We've been up here about 12 minutes, so we're going to get this party started. Like I said, I am going to use the Spirit Talker this morning until I can play with the Spy app a little bit more to get it, what did it say it was doing? Collaborating. And then once, I don't know how long that's going to take. Hopefully it doesn't take very long. But anyway, so we're gonna, okay, so it is loading up. It's downloading up. I have not turned it on yet because we are going to protect ourselves first and foremost. That's what we do here in these parts. All right. Good morning, spirits. Good morning, spirit guides. The only thing allowed to come forward this morning is love, light, pure, true intentions. All of the dark and negative and just right out ugly and cold and all of the dark, you can stay back. You are not allowed to come forward. You are not allowed in my circle. You are not allowed in my protected bubble, my protective space. My home is protected. I am protected. Everything in and around my home is protected. Bubby is protected. I ask the family and friends, please stay back. Allow the floor for the spirits to come through. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on. So when it turns on, you're going to see that little ball on the left-hand side go up and down, up and down. Here it is, and that's an indicator telling me that it is on and that it is ready to be used. If anyone has never seen one of these before, this is just simply an app, and it's a dictionary of words, and it allows spirits to use their energy to form sentences by using the words in the app, in the dictionary, in the word library, to communicate. Okay. Yes, I am a psychic empath, but I also like to use these as indicators to confirm and validate what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. Okay. With the Spirit Talker, it's a little harder because it's not a one-on-one. So I will acknowledge everything that comes through, but when I use this Walter. Well, good morning, Walter. I didn't even ask for a name yet, and you were right there. Good morning, sir. How are you? I'm going to turn it down just a smidge because it is a bit loud. So we have Walter. Good morning, sir. How are you? Walter, would you like to share your story with us this morning? Are my spiritual guides with me? Give me a strong flicker if you're here, spiritual guides. I have two spiritual guides. I have a male spiritual guide and a female. Are you with me this morning? Give me a strong flicker. Walter, would you like to share your story with us? Walter is an older gentleman. I see an older gentleman. I'm not seeing his face, so I'm like seeing the side back view of him. And it looks like he may not have a shirt on. This is the second time I've had an older gentleman come to me without a shirt on. I don't know why they're coming to me shirtless. I don't know if that is a
Arrest.
Arrest. Oh my goodness. Arrest. Okay, I did just say that he had his back to me and I couldn't see his face. Walter, were they arresting you in my vision that I just saw? If you could verify that with me, spirit guys, please give me a strong flicker. Because it was, like I said, it was like the side of him. He did have arms bent. And I just kind of like saw the side back view of his head. One. Okay. Walter, are you here? Spiritual guys, please give me a strong flicker if you're with me this morning. Make it stronger than that. I need to see that you're here with me this morning.
Leave.
Oh, how rude. No, I won't leave. This is my home. You leave. How about that? You don't like that, do you? If you're going to be here, you're going to be nice and respectful. Those are the rules. Any of my spirits that come through know those rules. If you're going to be here, you're going to be nice and respectful, or you can leave. How about that? This is my home. I've invited you to my home to have a conversation. You don't be rude and tell someone to leave their own home. Will not tolerate that. Is that understood? Guys, I wanted to also go over something with you. The last time we came up here, I said that I was going to, and I'm going to start doing that now. I got Walter's name, but the last time I came up here, I said that I was going to start writing down names that came through because I don't live very far from the cemetery. It wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. I think, what is today? Today is, you'll have to forgive my CRPS brain. Today's Wednesday, so it was Monday, I think it was, that we came up. No, it was Sunday because Monday. It might have been Monday. Here. Okay, Hear. So like here. Walter, are you having troubles hearing me? Walter, are you trying to come forward and you're just having trouble talking or speaking or hearing or communicating? I feel like this is one person. I don't feel a mass energy. Remember how I always tell you guys, I try to compare it to something that you guys can relate to, like being in a mall and there's just people everywhere. I don't feel that right now. I'm feeling just like, I feel like this is an older gentleman, Walter. I feel like he's trying to communicate, but he's not quite sure how to do so. And maybe he's never done this before. Maybe, not all spirits know what this is. You do get some that are your regulars, I guess, but anyway, we wrote down names. I believe it was Monday. Monday morning we came up. We wrote down names. And I'm going to read off the names that we wrote down on that day. We had Joyce. Joyce was the first one to come through. Phil, Alma, Violet, Dorothy, Dexter, and Rose. And so the same day we wrote these down, I believe it was the same, yeah. Bubby and I went for a walk, and we went over to the cemetery. And this time I actually walked through and took some beautiful pictures, a couple pictures that I had shared here within our community. But I walked through it, and when you first walk through it, there's a lot of newer. So Stella. Well, good morning, Stella. Good morning. How are you? And some of the stones are so old that the writing is no longer even on the stone. It's just those old little simple stones that they would use back in the day. And some of that cemetery goes back as early as the 1800s. So I took a couple pictures, and I took 2 pictures. There was more than 2, but I wasn't going to walk all the way because there was quite a few throughout the cemetery. But I found 2. They're trees that they have used, and they're absolutely beautiful. I've never seen a headstone like that. And if they're not trees, they're very realistic looking. They could very well not be trees, but there was a lot of tree, shorter ones and tall ones. Beautiful. I'm going to take more pictures when the weather. It was a little cold yesterday. It was like cold, but so anyway, back to the names. So I took this.
You are unique.
Well, thank you. So are you. I took the list of names with me, and the first name I found was Dorothy up there. And I believe hers was because there's two driveways. There's one at this end, and then down further there's another driveway. And next time Bobby and I go, I'm gonna go walk down that way and then go in and then come back up this way and around. But the first driveway you go into, hers was off to the left there. And her name stuck out to me when I saw the headstone because I have a Miss Dorothy. But my Miss Dorothy usually comes in very prim and proper and says, "My name is Dorothy," or "I am Dorothy." She's come through a few times. And so when we got the name Dorothy, I don't know if that is my Dorothy that's coming through, and maybe because, with the moving and everything, I wasn't up here for a while, and she just maybe doesn't have the energy to be that prim, proper gal I know she is. Or it could very well be a different Dorothy. It could be that Dorothy that we found on Monday. So, but I thought that was really, I was like, wow, because I was looking for Joyce. Joyce was the first name to come through. And I do believe Joyce was the one that said, "Find my headstone," or "Find my grave." Either "Find my grave" or "Can you find my grave?" And then she gave me her name, Joyce. So that was the name I was looking for. And the moment that these beautiful spirits heard that I was writing names down, they started coming through. So if you, spirits, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to write down names to see if I can find your headstone. Now, there are a lot of...
The noise was me.
The noise was me. Okay. I did just hear something kick on, it sounded like. Spirits, I do want to go back over there and see if I can possibly find your grave, find your headstone. But you have to also remember, though, there are... Village. There are a lot of stones over there that are very, very old and make it very hard for me to see any names on them. And this is considered like where I live, and I don't want to give out my location, okay? But these little towns are considered villages. But I do want to do that again. So we had Walter and Stella. So let's see. I'm going to write their names down. Can we add it to the list? I'm going to get I'm going to get my little notebook and keep the names in there. Again, I wasn't being drawn up to speak about one specific person. So this is open floor. So whoever comes through is more than welcome, as long as you are nice, polite, you're not rude, Well, hello. A little late to the party, don't you think? Good morning, spirit guides.
Alexander.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Alexander, Stella, and Walter. Good morning, Alexander. Good morning. Good morning, spirit guides. Stella and Walter. Good morning, Alexandra. Alexandra, my goodness. Alexander. It's a name. It's a boy, not a girl. Good morning. I cannot speak this morning. So we have three spirits that have coming through with their name. So good morning. Would you like to share your story with us? And like I said, it's open floor. So I'm not what that means when I say open floor.
Go down.
Go down. Go down where? Go down where? When I say open floor, that means that I was not pulled up here to speak about one specific person. I was nudged to come up this morning, but it wasn't like an urgency. Like it wasn't like I had to come up and speak about like with Nancy Guthrie. That was urgency. That was like get up here, talk about it, get it out, you know. And I still think there's questions about how the investigation is going, and there are rumors. We all know how rumors get started. It's a telephone game. I don't think I'm going to 100% believe what I'm hearing when it comes to. I'm sorry, I love YouTube, and I've been a long time user of YouTube, but some of the stuff that I see on YouTube almost wants to make me stop using it. I watch YouTube like I would watch another television app. I watch a lot of shows on here. I watch a lot of channels on here. But some of the stuff that I have been seeing lately almost makes me want to stop using it altogether. I'm just being honest.
Bang.
Bang. Uh-oh. A lot. They're not very intelligent statements, sentences. It's not sentences. It's just like one. There was only 2 full sentences in this entire list. We have Walter, arrest, 1, leave, hear, like I hear. Stella, you are unique. The noise was me. I think that might have been Stella speaking. Village, Alexander, go down and bang. I will never say these. I will never disregard what I get through this, and you will never hear me say this is just, it's not making sense. It's just saying stuff, random stuff. Yeah, to you it's very random. To anyone who read this list would think it's random, but to the spirits that are coming through and saying these words, it's not random. It means something. And this is my biggest pet peeve with any investigator that uses this app and disregards what's coming through. My biggest pet peeve. Shame on you for doing that. It may not make sense to you, and that's fine. Those are your feelings, they're valid. But if you're going to be an investigator and tap into the spiritual world, you probably should learn a little bit more about it. Now, grant you, we have investigators out there that go the extra mile and do their homework on a location. And Marie, oh my goodness, we are getting a lot of names. Good morning, Marie. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna write your name on the list as well. Is there anyone here that Alexander, Stella, Walter, Marie, by any chance, are your graves in the cemetery across the way from me? And these names may not even be in that grave over there, but I just thought it would be like we found a Dorothy. I'm not gonna say we found Dorothy because I don't know if it's her, but we found a Dorothy when we went over there the other day. So we did find Dorothy over there. And I walked a little bit too, and I didn't see another Dorothy. I didn't see that name over there anywhere. So, which, like I said, it's a big cemetery. There could very well be another Dorothy over there, but I did not see one. I only saw the one. My spiritual guides are working overtime this morning. Do you want me to stop ranting about how some investigators are insulting spirits? And you may not even understand or realize you're doing it. You know, and I'm not saying you go out there to intentionally do it. I'm just saying stop, because you just need to stop. So we have Alexander, Stella, Walter, and Marie. Well, good morning, spirits. I want to invite you to share your story with us. Marie. Analyze. Is that what I'm doing when I talk about other people? I do think sometimes my spiritual guides come through this as well. And they have. I know, I need to. It's just, I'm very passionate about the spiritual world for many reasons. And it upsets me when I see people making it a joke. And when you go out there and you do what you do and you say the things you say, you're making it a joke. And it's not a joke, it's very real. Raymond. Well, hello, Raymond. Good morning. We have a lot of names that are going on this list this morning. Raymond, could you share with us, if you know, and most times we do, are you in the cemetery across the way from me? Spiritual guides. I was going to ask them a question. I forgot what it was. Anybody here want to speak? Tell us a little bit about yourself. And like I said, my abilities are very real. I use this to validate. Kenneth. A lot of names. Good morning, Kenneth. Nice to meet you. The one app that we always use, and I call it the texting app. I have to get that up and going so we can use it, because I love that app. That really verifies a lot. It's more of a one-on-one scenario, and I love using it. So we got to get that to do its thing so we can use it next time. A lot of names this morning. We're getting names and bits and pieces of story, but we're not really getting a conversation yet. Anybody here just want to speak with us this morning? Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your story. Share with us. That's why we're here. Nobody wants to share their story this morning. Very quiet this morning.
I had plans.
You had plans. Okay. Who is it that I'm speaking with that had plans? Is this Kenneth? Is this Kenneth that I'm speaking with? I had plans. Very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. I believe this might be Kenneth, and we're speaking with Kenneth. Can you make a noise or tap on something to verify that I'm speaking with Kenneth? Usually they do, and they don't do it all the time because they used to do it all the time, and I asked them to please stop doing that. And you can hear a lot of the times it's in my videos, just about every video I've been up here doing. You hear a boom. That's on my wall, and there's nobody in my house but me, so I don't have somebody living in my walls tapping on them. Am I speaking with Kenneth? Kenneth, are you the one that's...
You are resourceful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Is this Stella I'm speaking with, or is this Kenneth I'm speaking with? Did I write down Raymond? I feel like I'm missing a word. We got Walter, Stella, Alexander, Marie, Analyze, Richmond. Okay, I got them all. You are resourceful. Well, I'm going to say these names, and if this is who is here with us this morning, can you give me a light tap, nothing loud, just something to verify that you're here? Am I speaking with Alexander?
You should stay.
Thank you. I am going to stay. This is my home. Am I speaking with Stella? Am I speaking with Walter? Are we speaking with Marie? Raymond? Kenneth?
Violet.
Violet. Violet came through the other morning. Good morning, Violet. Welcome back, love. She did come through. We got her name on the list already. Right there. Good morning, Violet. How are you? Violet, the last time you were here, we didn't really get a chance to hear your story. Would you like to share some of it with us? I have a feeling that I am going to find Violet's name over there. Violet, do you remember where your grave is located? Would it be located in the cemetery not far from me? I think Violet's the one that said you should stay the last time because someone said I should leave this place. This is my home. I'm not going anywhere.
Archibald.
Archibald. We got that before. I don't know if that is a last name or if that's something. I don't know. I do believe I looked it up once before, but I don't remember. And for you that maybe this is your first time watching and hanging out with us, and you haven't had the opportunity to kind of watch all of the videos that I've put up so far. I live with an incurable disease called CRPS, and sometimes it causes memory issues, and so and speech, and sometimes I will pronounce words wrong. Sometimes I will forget what I'm saying. So I don't want you thinking that I'm just some old crazy person up here talking nonsense. Archibald, I think we did, and if anyone remembers what that was, because I do believe, Archibald, I do believe that is a word that we looked up. But if anyone knows the definition of the word, please share with us in the comments what you think it is, okay? And you guys are always very welcome to give me your input. Hide. Well, I'm not going to hide. Violet, are you the one that's hiding? I'm not going to hide. I don't have a reason to hide. You guys are more than welcome to, hang out in the comment section, give me your thoughts, check out the community. There's a lot of things in the community that I put out there. There are some pictures of the cemetery across the way that I've shared. So yeah, just you're more than welcome to share any experiences you might have had. Or if there's something that you would like me to try to do a reading on, maybe there's something that you would like for me to try to figure out for you. But I have to say that it's not prayer. Okay. Prayer. Violet, are you sharing with us your story right now? I feel like this is Violet speaking. I just heard a car door at 4:30 in the morning. Who is here at 4:30 in the morning? Violet, is this you speaking with us right now? I still don't understand why Walter... Well, I kind of do because it does say arrest. So maybe Walter was arrested at one point, and that's why he was standing the way he was standing. So far, he's the only one that I've seen that has come forward, because he was like right front and center. I haven't... So I'm just going to kind of relax. I was just thinking about Kenneth when I thought about his name.
Demonic.
Oh, no. That's not allowed here. We don't do that here. You've got the wrong place for that one. Nope. We are protected. My home is protected. Everything in and around my home is protected. Love, light, pure intentions, true intentions, peace, positivity, pure love. That is the only thing that is allowed here. That is the only thing that is welcomed here. Anything dark, negative, cruel, intimidating, disgusting, ugly, you are not allowed here at all. So we don't do that here. Okay? No, he won't.
He will harm you.
No, he won't. I'm protected by God. I'm protected by my guardian, by my spiritual guides. I am protected by my guardian angel. I am protected by Jesus. I am protected by love, light. He will not harm me. Thank you for the warning, though. See, they try to make it ugly. I ain't doing it.
Hand.
Hand. What about hand? There it goes. What about hand? Am I speaking with... Who am I speaking with? Is this Violet? Or is this somebody else? Is this one of the other spirits that came through with their name this morning? I'm going to try to stay up here for 2 hours today. We're going to try to stay up here. Because I always feel like on some mornings when we come up, it's very quiet. And then toward the end there, when it's just about time for us to say our goodbyes, we end up getting so much through. So I'm going to try to stay up here a little bit longer this morning than I usually do. Terror.
Terror.
Oh my goodness gracious. No. What is wrong with you spirits this morning? And that's the thing too, guys. You have to also think about it like this. Sometimes you get scary stuff that comes through, and it's a warning. You know, they know things that we don't particularly know. I don't know who said he will harm you, but you know, and maybe the prayer that was either one of the spirits that came forward with the name, or maybe it was another spirit, or it could have been my spiritual guides offering prayer to protect. So, I mean, you really have to, you know, we did get analyzed. And I think I was talking about how some disregard this app and analyze to come through. So they're listening. They hear you. When you are trying to make contact with the spiritual world, there are some out there that are very key and are no stranger with coming forward and speaking to the physical world. So, I mean, noise. Okay, are you going to make a noise for me, or do you hear a noise? A piece of skin in my finger that's really bugging me.
My legs.
My legs. I'm sorry. What happened with your legs? Also, too, guys, you have to understand that my home is arranged or set up for walker accessibility and wheelchair accessibility. So,
Knock.
Knock. Yes, you can knock on the wall. Give me a knock to let me know. Give me a knock to let them know. I'm starting to feel chatter in my head, so it's like I think that they're starting to become aware that I'm here. And I'm offering them a beacon. I'm offering them a way to communicate. So it's starting to get a little chattery. And what I mean by chattery, it's like, again, being in the middle of a busy mall, and you can't hear just one conversation, but you hear chatter. You know, people talking, just chatter. And that's what I'm feeling right now. That's what I'm seeing right now. Need help. Okay.
Need help.
Who needs help? Could I have a name? Is it one of the names that came through this morning? I need to know who needs help. I will try to help you, but I need to know what it is you need help with and who is it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Need help sometimes. Okay. All right. Well, sometimes I do too. Yes. I think this is the same person that said my legs. I just don't know who. Violet was the last one to come through. So I don't know if this is her speaking. I would really love to know who I'm speaking with. Is this somebody that's on our list of names, or is this somebody different? Closer.
Closer.
Closer to what? What do you mean by closer? I need more information, please. You're being very vague. Can you speak to me with a full sentence to help me understand better? Spiritual guides, could you give the spirit a little oomph, please? Help me understand who it is I'm speaking to and what they mean by closer. I think demonic came through when I was talking about what Archibald meant. Because I know we got that before, and I think I put the definition in the community. But if you know it, you can go ahead and put it down in the comments. That would be amazing. I'm feeling a little blocked, but it's not here as much as it's on both sides here. Like I'm trying to walk. And
I can make it cold.
You can make it cold. Okay, that was a full sentence. Very intelligent. Please don't. I believe you. I'm sure you can. This is very good. I can make it cold. You guys should be able to hear this because I have the mic on, plus I have it turned up. So you should be able to hear it. I'm still trying to figure out who I'm speaking with. It makes more sense to me when I have a name. It makes it more understandable, I should say, to me when I have a name of who it is I'm speaking with. This is why I wish we had the other one going. I feel like that's more of a one-on-one. I love the spirit talker, don't get me wrong, but I love having that ability to do the one-on-one. We can knock.
We can knock.
Another very intelligent. Okay. Do you want to do that now? You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to, that's fine. Usually, I mean, I have had them do it during, so I'm not going to say it never has happened. But usually I'll get a knock shortly after I come up, kind of like during our intro. I've had numerous videos where you guys will hear a knock in the background. That's them. Sometimes I will acknowledge it. And then other times I know it's there, I heard it, but I'm not going to acknowledge it.
Benedict.
Benedict. Benedict sounds like a very old name. It sounds probably more of a surname. I am going to write that down though. And like I said, we will be making, I didn't do a video when we went over there, I just took pictures. I just kind of wanted to walk through and just kind of see if I could feel anything, see if anybody wanted to talk to me. I didn't use any devices or anything. We just kind of, Bubby and I just kind of walked through and looked at some of the beautiful, beautiful headstones. And I know, and personally, I would think the same thing. Most people were here. Okay.
We're here.
Who is we? Because there's an awful lot of names on this list. But the headstones are so beautiful. And to see how loved ones want to honor their loved one that's passed away in such a way is just so beautiful. Like I said, the trees, some of how they made headstones and statues out of tree. And it could be just that, a statue that just looks very realistic. But if you look at the two tree ones that I shared in our community, it looks like it's actually growing out of the ground. So I don't know. I don't know. And they were on older graves. They were on, I think the first one I took was, I want to say mid 1800s to early 1900s. So they're older, which blows my mind to think that if that's an actual tree and they took the time to carve and create that beautiful, beautiful headstone, it's just amazing. They're just beautiful. I know some are going, how can you say that? It is. That's your final resting place. Obviously, your soul is no longer with your body, it's gone to heaven. But that is still your final resting place. And to see how beautiful some of these headstones were. And again,
you are created.
Thank you. Some of them, unfortunately, were so old that the name there's no name. It's just a flat surface. Where you could kind of see where there once was maybe the name of the person or something like that. And then there's some that are so old. They are sinking into the ground so old. So that cemetery goes back a long time. I could probably even find earlier ones from maybe the late 17, but that it's a very old cemetery, beautiful cemetery. But yeah, it's I knew it was going to be an old cemetery, but I didn't realize that old. I thought maybe early 1900s, but when you have them going back to the 1800s, it's pretty old. And then you have, like I said, there's some that you can't even see the writing on them anymore. And again, way back, they didn't the headstones weren't as fancy as they are now. It was basically just a marker to let you know this is where they're at. So, but yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cemetery. Like I said, we will be making more trips over there, little by little. But we have a lot of names, and I feel like Benedict is probably a surname. It could very well.
Laughter.
Laughter. Yes, laughter. Laughter is good. Positive, loving. Laughter makes you feel better inside. Very much so. Did you have a lot of laughter when you were here in the physical world? Benedict, I feel like, is a surname, but it very well could be a first name. And Benedict, that's a very old name. I'm 1800s, like I was just talking about. Some of these names are very old names. And again, I've always attracted older spirits. Occasionally, I'll get a young spirit in, but I usually attract the older spirits. I don't know why. I do believe that I have been here before. This is not my first life I've lived. I have a lot of deja vu. I have a lot of memories of places that are memories of my own, of places that I've been. If I see certain things, I am instantly drawn to them, like they are comfortable to me. Um, so much heartache. Oh my gosh.
So much heartache.
Okay, well, we were talking about laughter and now so much heartache. I'm so sorry to hear that. Benedict, is this you that I'm speaking with? Mm. I don't feel as blocked on this side, but I'm still feeling it a little bit over here.
I'm in the house.
Okay. I'm in the house. Do you mean you're in my house? Are you in my house? Is that what you mean? And is this Benedict that's in the house? I don't allow strangers in, so if you're going to be in my house, I need to know your name. And just so you're aware, my house is protected. I am protected. Everything in my house is protected. Around my house is protected. Spiritual guides, could you give me a hard flicker? I know you're flickering right now, but who is in the house? Could you use this to tell me, please? I'm reaching out to my spiritual guides at the moment. Doesn't necessarily mean it's my house. It could be, there is a house over there by the cemetery. I don't know if that's the groundskeeper's home or whatever, but there is a house next to it. You know, because sometimes they would have a home on the same property as the cemetery, and that's where the groundskeeper would live.
A demon here.
No, there's not. Absolutely not. Goodbye now. I don't have the time, energy, nor desire to even entertain that thought. I'm protected. Spiritual guides, do your job. My home is protected. Everything around me is protected. Everything in my home is protected. So yeah, no, that's not happening. Nope. And I don't believe in them anyway, so. There's a lot of chitter chatter, and I think that's why I feel blocked, because when I do an open floor, it's really hard for me to concentrate, because open floor is spirits, can come and visit. I'm not focusing, I'm not just speaking to one individual. So I think too, that's why I've noticed anytime it's an open floor, there's always a little blockage. Um, there, the clarity is not there as much as it is if I'm speaking and I'm directing my attention, my energy to one individual.
Soldier.
Welcome, soldier. You could very well be at the cemetery, huh? I wouldn't doubt that. Welcome, soldier. Soldier, may I have your name, please? Thank you for your service, by the way. Thank you for loving our country and for doing what you did. I appreciate you. Soldier, could you maybe share your name with us? When that came through right, I see a man in a uniform. Which is weird because he's like off to the right and down to the bottom. Like You know how if you're like, for example, you're at a party and there's like people just kind of, standing around and doing their thing. That's basically what he's doing. It's like I'm hearing chitter chatter, and then off to the right, down to the right. It's just from torso up. I don't see full, just torso up, and I see a uniform. Soldier, could I please have your name? Tom.
Tom.
Well, hello, Tom. Nice to meet you, sir. Hello. Thank you for your service, Tom. We're going to add Tom's name. Thank you for your service, Tom. Tom, were you able to go home to your loved ones? Or did you meet your demise while you were a soldier, while you were fighting for your country? Tom, would you like to share some of your story with us? It could be too that the ones that are coming through could very well be from the cemetery. Group. Okay. Is there a group of you here that want to speak? We can do that. You guys can share your story. You are more than welcome to share your story. However, we're going to be polite and we're going to be respectful to one another. We're not going to be mean. We're not going to be rude. We're not going to be disrespectful. I am none of those things to you. But if you are that way to me, I will be stern. I will let you know that that's not allowed here. And if you cannot be nice, you will be asked to leave. So we can do this, you can share your story. There's so much history in this part of the world, and there's so much history with those stones over there. And to learn history is just, I've always been very interested in old history. It's just something I'm drawn to. It piques my interest. I love it. And of course, it's not all happy. There's a lot of hard times that come with old history. Hey. Hey back at you. Hay's for horses. It's very odd. It's just like I have this pressure. And it's weird because I'm clear here, which is usually where I have that being blocked. But I think it's because it's open floor and there's a lot of chitter chatter. It's not, the chitter chatter is not as loud as it was, but it's still there. I can hear it occasionally. But I'm feeling like blocked around. Like it's weird. Bernadette, we've gotten you before, ma'am. Hello. Good morning, Bernadette. How are you? How have you been? Oh, I need to turn that back on. Why is my do not disturb off? It shouldn't be. That was weird. Okay. Good morning, Bernadette. We've gotten Bernadette a couple times. I don't think she's come through since we've been here at the new house, but I do believe she's come through a few times before. Bernadette, you have some stories to tell us this morning. We have them coming through and announcing themselves, but then they're very quiet afterwards. Why are you guys so quiet this morning? What's going on? Huh? I need to vacuum my floor. Sorry. Squirrel moment. Purpose. Okay.
Purpose.
Are you asking me or are you informing me? Are you asking me the purpose or are you informing me that you have purpose? Hmm? It's just very sporadic this morning. It's not, and again, it wasn't an urgency that I come up, but I was being nudged a little bit to come up. So, like I told you guys, my videos are not scheduled. I come up when I'm being asked to come up, or nudged. And maybe there were more names that wanted to come through this morning, and we did. We got more names, and you know, the headstone doesn't tell the whole story of this person, but it gives some of them are very detailed with information. They just want to be heard. They just want to be heard. My nudges are more for like an open floor where they just want to talk. Which I'm shocked that we got a lot of stuff through, but I'm shocked that it's not a little bit busier than what it is right now. Because like I said, I was being nudged to come up and just
Book.
Okay. What about the book? Is there a title? Is there a name to the book? If you're hearing that, especially with this mic on, I apologize. That's my belly. Book. What about a book? Can you give me just a little bit more information, please? I feel like this is Bernadette that we're speaking with. Bernadette, is that you? Is that you asking about a book? I don't have any books out here that I know of. I think they're all in my bedroom. Guys, also too, if you have moments like we're having this morning where they're talking to you, but there's kind of like these pauses in between. Around. Oh, sorry. I have my esophagus is, oh, jeez. I forgot what I was saying. Around. Okay. You guys have to give me more than these one-worded answers, please. I'm really trying to understand, but I need just a little bit more help.
Stay out the woods.
Stay out of the woods. There are woods around me. Why? Why do we have to stay out of the woods? What happened in the woods? And who is giving us, and thank you for the warning. I appreciate that. But who is it that's saying stay out of the woods? My spiritual guides are really talkative this morning. Thank you. Thank you. They're just not.
You are balanced.
Well, thank you. You are balanced. I try to be. I try to be. It's not always easy. Bernadette, is this you that we're speaking with? Could you just give me just a yes or no answer? They never do that. It's like, I'm not being commanding or bossy. I need to clarify. I need to validate that this is Benedict.
We were executed.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh, I am so sorry. Is this why you said to stay out of the woods? Did it happen in the woods? Who was it that just said they were executed? We, being more than one. Could I have your name, please? That's just like, to have that as your last memory, as your last thought, as is this why you said to stay out of the woods? I'm standing right here. Okay.
I'm standing right here.
All right. Well, could you knock on something to let me know where it is you're standing? I'm unable to see you right now. I'm unable to see you right now. Rest.
Rest.
What do you mean by rest? Is this the same one that said I'm standing right here? Are you telling me that you need rest? I heard a tap over there. I don't know if this mic picked it up or not, but I heard a tap over there next to my window. Are you by my window? Yes or no, please. I'm not being demanding. I just want clarification.
You will find things below.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what I know what that means or not. You will find things below. Below what? What things? William.
William.
Well, good morning, William. Welcome. Welcome to the conversation. William, I'm writing down names because there's a cemetery not far from me.
Godfrey.
Godfrey. That's definitely a last name. William, is that your last name? Because it came in right after William. All right, I'm going to write that down as well. F-R-E-Y. That's definitely a last name. That could be William's last name. William, is that your last name? William Godfrey? Is that who we're speaking with? Is that who said you will find things below? Are you the one that said, I'm standing right here? See, when they say things like that, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're right here with you. Some don't get, okay, if you're talking to me, obviously you can see me. So, they don't have to necessarily be in the area with you to communicate. So to them, if you can talk to me, then apparently argue. Oh my, who's arguing? No one's arguing. No, we're not going to argue. Did you have an argument with somebody? Should be scared.
Should be scared.
Okay, well, that's a threat. I'm taking that as a threat, and I'm not scared because I am protected. I am loved. I am safe. There is nothing scary because nothing scary is allowed here. Spiritual guides, are you with me? Give me a heart flicker. I know you've been flickering this whole time. Let me know they're here.
Moan.
Moan. Okay. That's a little odd. And there's a noise in my kitchen that I don't ever remember hearing before. Are you in my kitchen? Spiritual guys, if you could come through the device to give me a yes or a no, because you have been flickering all since you got here. I need to clarify if they are in the kitchen, because I heard a tickle tickle, like something being jiggled. Very this conversation is kind of everywhere this morning. I feel like the ones that came through and announced themselves, I feel like this is their conversation, and it's just a lot going on. They all want to be heard. Like I've said numerous times before, they all want to be heard. And so, again, she's over there.
She's over there.
Okay, was that the noise I heard in the kitchen? Who is she? Does she have a name? Is she one of our beautiful souls that came through this morning already with a name? The last name that we got was the last female name that we got that came through was Bernadette. That was the last female name that came through. A lot of names coming through this morning. More male names than female names. We had Stella, Marie, Bernadette. That's the only female names that's come through this morning. A lot of male energy. Very quiet. We've gotten stuff through.
Guidance.
Guidance. Okay. Are you asking for guidance or are you wanting to give guidance? I'm sure you have a lot to say. I'm sure you have a lot to share. I'm sure you have a lot of wise wisdom. But we've had quite the interesting conversation this morning. I feel like we've had a lot of names come through, and I feel like they are the ones that have been speaking with us this morning. And I feel like they're all trying to speak at the same time. You guys, you all that have given me your name this morning, you all are welcome to share, but maybe amongst yourselves, kind of figure out who's going to go first or next, or however you want to put it. This way you all can share your story with us at one time. It makes it a little easier. So, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. It is still dark, so maybe to them it's evening. Good evening. It is 5:18 a.m., so it is still dark outside. So maybe they're from a different part of the world. Maybe they're from a different country. Maybe they're from, who was it that just said good evening? Could I have your name? I find it easier when I have a name so I can address you properly. Is that okay that you share your name with us? Very proper. Good evening. Very proper. And that would be an older spirit. I don't see a younger spirit saying good evening. They hardly say good morning. So definitely an older generation on that one. But we've had a lot of interesting stuff come through. I'm enjoying this.
I'm enjoying this.
Well, I am too. Thank you. I'm glad that you are enjoying this. You probably don't get many conversations. Also, too, guys, you have to remember that there's good and bad in life and there's good and bad in death. And there are people that may experience a haunting of some sort. And sometimes, yes, they're there to cause havoc. I'm not saying that everyone that comes through, you have, like I said, you have good and bad in life, and you have good and bad in death, and you have free will in life as in death. And sometimes they're just trying to get your attention, but they're not quite sure how to do it. And sometimes it can be very scary and overwhelming, especially if they're very active. And then you have some that act out and that are spiteful and angry and mean. And I feel too that there are many different reasons why poltergeist happens. Again, it could be that they're angry that they're no longer here. Maybe their life was taken very suddenly, and they're just confused and scared. Or maybe they're just trying to get your attention and they're not sure how to do it because they want to be acknowledged. Everyone wants to be acknowledged in life and in death. And, if you have the ability to do that.
You look familiar.
Oh, okay. You look familiar. Well, if that's the case, then you're able to see me. I look familiar. Who do I look like to you? I don't think I've ever gotten that through before. When I say good evening, I feel an older female energy. Very proper. I see the one that said good evening. She's very proper, very matter of fact. I feel like she was very successful in life. I don't have her name, but I feel like it's a female energy that said good evening. When I say that, I see a woman again. Mature, more of a mature
Hilda.
Hilda. Well, hello, Hilda. We're going to add your name to the list as well, Hilda. Make sure I spell it correctly. Hilda. But definitely a female energy. I feel that is when I see her hair she's got this beautiful silver platinum, so more of a mature gal. It's in a bun, and she has like a poofy dress on. It keeps showing me the bottom, the poof, the skirt part. It's a dark in color. The top part is like an ivory or an eggshell white. It keeps showing me the skirt. I don't know why it's showing me the skirt so much. She has like a frilly collar with the little oh gosh, I know what the name of it is, but I can't think of it now. But it's the old centerpiece that they would wear, the old pin. Long sleeves, furly around the wrist, button down.
Outside.
Outside. What about outside? Is that where you are, Hilda? Are you outside? I hear the birdies. The birdies are starting to wake up, which means the sun will be coming up soon.
It's someone else.
Okay, every time I get that through, I feel like that's my spiritual guides telling me it's someone else. Is that correct, spiritual guides? Give me a heart flicker if that was you that just said it's someone else. Give me the hardest flicker you can give. I need to clarify. Was that you that said it's someone else? Give me that rapid flicker that I know you're capable of doing. Thank you. It's someone else. Hilda is a very old soul. She's another. I feel Hilda was very stern when she was in the physical world, even possibly a teacher of some kind. Maybe that was Hilda that I was seeing, and not who did I say?
1800s.
1800s. Okay. Like I saw at the cemetery, the earliest date I saw was 1806 or 18 something. It was early 1800s that I was the first one that I seen. But I feel Hilda could have very well been the 1800s. Hilda was when I say Hilda, I feel almost like principal, like, very, very stern. I don't think she liked children much. I could be wrong, but when it could have been Hilda that I was explaining to you, because when I say Hilda, I'm seeing the same woman that I just explained to you. So maybe that was Hilda I was seeing and not Bernadette. Hilda was very stern, very strict. She was the type of woman that felt children should be seen and not heard. It did say 1800s, and the outfit that I'm seeing could have very well fit the 1800s. I felt like she came from money.
I used to live here.
You used to live here. Okay. Hilda, is this you that used to live here? Used to live in this area? There are some very old homes in this area. This could be a different spirit, but when I say Hilda, I feel very matter of fact, very stern. I keep feeling teacher, like educator. Maybe the guidance did come through, so maybe that's what she meant by guidance, because she was some sort of either principal or teacher, or
I'm very friendly.
I'm very friendly. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. Hilda, is this you that I'm speaking with? Are you the one that is speaking right now to us? But again, when I say her name, that is what I'm feeling. That is what I'm being shown. They're also showing me like a Victorian style home. It could have been, back then when you had money, daughters would sometimes get sent away to these schools to learn how to be that prim and proper and just no nonsense.
I'm in my 50s.
I'm in my 50s. Okay, so am I. We have something in common. But I feel like she was, I just heard house mother. So maybe that's what it was. It was a school for girls to learn how to be prim and proper and elegant, and just, there's a name for it and I can't think of it right now. But they would send them to these places to teach them how to be prim and proper, and just, but they were also very stern. They were also very matter of fact, no nonsense. We're here to learn how to be ladies. We're here to learn how to be, but that's what I'm seeing when I hear the name Hilda. When I say Hilda, older, 1800s, like it said, because the clothes that she's wearing.
Stay out the forest.
This is the second time. Stay out of the forest. Okay, we had stay out of the woods. Now we have stay out of the forest. What is it about the forest, the woods that you don't want me to go to? What happened there? Can you share that, please? Something bad happened there? I just seen a person running, and they're running through the forest, through the woods. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I just see a person running. That's twice though. We got that. We got stay out of the woods and then stay out of the forest. Do you want to share with me why we shouldn't go, why I shouldn't go? Not that I'm going to, but what happened there? Can you share that with us? The person, the spirit that said I'm in my 50s, are you the one that kitchen? What about my kitchen?
Kitchen.
What about my kitchen? Is that where you are? I did hear something rattling. I don't know what it was, but it sounds like I have a porcelain pitcher that has like all of my cooking utensils in it. And I feel like that's what I heard rattle. Are you in my kitchen? Who's in my kitchen? Someone's in the kitchen with Donna. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's in my kitchen? Please don't break anything.
We won't hurt you.
Well, thank you. And I will not hurt you. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm not here to get rid of anyone. I am not here to be disrespectful. I'm just simply a person with a gift who comes up to have conversation and open floor to whomever wants to come forward. And then there's moments when I am being told to come up and only speak to one. So that will happen sometimes. You need to understand that. My spiritual guides are the ones that tell me and guide me and show me. Okay, so there are going to be times when it's not an open floor and I need to speak to one individual. But today it's an open floor. So you can come forward if you feel comfortable enough to share your story. I will never pressure you to do anything. You're not a circus monkey. I don't expect you to perform for me.
We are family.
We are family. I just want to talk. What do you mean we are family? Are you the ones that said we won't hurt you? Are you family? Your family, you are together, you're with your family? That makes me happy. That's always my biggest thing, and I think I've said this numerous times here. That's always my biggest thing is, are they happy? Are they safe? Are they with family? It's always when my dad passed away, that was my biggest fear was he happy? Was he out of pain? Was he with his loved ones? That was like my biggest thing. Of course, I missed my father, and I still miss him dearly. But that was my, after he passed away and everything was done, and that was always my fear was he happy? Was he safe? Was he out of pain? Was he with loved ones? Was he with his mom and dad?
Revenge.
Revenge? No. Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that here. That's not what this is about. Okay? The only thing allowed here is love, light, pure intentions, true intentions, peace, positivity. Okay? If you're looking for revenge or whatever, then you need to go to somebody else for that, because that's not what I do. Sorry. I just I just got a person that gave me like a kind of look like fine kind of thing. I'm sorry. I don't play those games. That's not what I do. That's not what I'm about. And that's something I will never be about. So if you are a spirit that wants revenge, that wants to seek revenge, and you know, what does that do, really? Let's talk about that for a moment, shall we? Why is it that when someone hurts us, the first thing we think about is how can I be revengeful? How can I be spiteful? How can I be vindictive? What can I do to get them back? You know that's not what life is about. It's not a tit for tat. That's if someone is treating you badly, I truly believe in karma. Fact.
Fact.
I truly believe that what you put out, you get returned. So if you are a good person, if you are a good soul, if you are a good spirit, and you treat people the right way, you're going to get that back. Now, grant you, there are some that take advantage of kindness. They mistake it for weakness. And you are going to have those that try to do that, regardless if you are in the spiritual world or the physical world. I don't think it changes. I really don't. I feel like if you were a vengeful person in the physical world, you're kind of, that goes with you. Abundance.
Abundance.
Yes. Yes. If you are kind and generous and respectful, and again, like I said, there are some that do take advantage of that. They mistake it for weakness, and they just expect things from you. Unfortunately, that is the world we live in. We live in a world where there are people that feel and think that, you know, the world is their oyster and people owe them. And that's not how it works at all. Oh. So we don't have to play the revenge game. We can be better than that.
Ruin.
Ruin. Okay. What do you mean by ruin? Are you talking about the revenge? It ruins people? Yeah, it ruins a lot of things. There's no need for it. It should never even be a thing. It ruins a lot of lives. It ruins a lot of people. It just ruins a lot. So, here we go. Can you find my grave?
Can you find my grave?
Well, I can try. I have a list of names here. We did find a marker that said Dorothy. So, Dorothy, if you are listening, if that was your grave, could you let me know somehow? I want to go back and like really look at it. I just seen the name and I didn't go up to it, but I just see the name Dorothy and I'm like, oh my goodness, that was a name that came through. But I can certainly try. If you're in the cemetery near my home, I can try, but I would need a name, unless you already gave me your name. If not, I need a name so I can find it, so I can try to find it. Does it have a beautiful marker? Accident.
Accident.
Can you find my grave in an accident? Were you the one that said, can you find my grave? Were you in an accident? Is that how you passed away? I mean, they could be explaining how they passed away, or they could be explaining that they did something that was an accident, or were you in an accident? Is that how you passed away?
Cancer.
Okay. I understand. You passed away from cancer. Cancer is an ugly thing. It shouldn't even be a thing. It shouldn't be allowed. I've lost a lot of loved ones to that horrible disease. I've witnessed what cancer can do to
Who
someone.
are you?
Who are you? And I don't introduce myself, but they did ask, who are you? My name is Tammy. Who are you? May I have your name now that you know mine? And that was a very intelligent question. Pain.
Pain.
Yeah. Cancer is painful. And I am in pain all the time. I live with a very painful, incurable disease. It's called CRPS. And there's many things that go on with it. And my pain is spreading every day. And what a lot of people don't know is it can also end me whenever it wants to. I have to be careful what I say. I could leave the physical world whenever it wants to make that happen. It's not exactly fun knowing that you live with something that could take you out anytime, that could end it and at any moment. A lot of pain.
Winifred.
Winifred. Okay, so I'm going to say that's the last name. Welcome, Winifred. Make sure I spelled that one correctly. And I'm going to say that's an old name. I don't ever think I've ever even heard that name, Winifred. That's definitely a surname. Oh gosh, I'm starting to get uncomfortable. We may have to end this very soon. Okay, so we got a lot of names in today, or this morning. We did have another one come through. It said, could you find my grave? I don't know who asked for that. I don't know. We have someone that's sharing their story now. I don't know who that is. It could be I mean, it could be any one of these spirits that came through this morning. We had a lot of spirits come through. And as I had mentioned before, they blamed me. Oh,
They blamed me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, it's really hard. Anytime that a loved one passes away, you want them. Death is just a part of life, ironically. You can't get away from it. We all have our day. It's so sad to me when that person is on their deathbed and they've been blamed for something, or they feel guilty for something, or there was an argument or a disagreement that was never...
We fight the darkness.
We fight the darkness. Okay. It saddens my soul. When there are individuals that pass away with unresolved issues, whether that's with a family member, whether that was an argument that they had that was never mended, everybody should be able to go with peace in their heart and not sadness. Everybody should. Life is too short, guys. It goes by so quickly. I don't know how I got to the age I'm at. I don't know how I became disabled. I mean, I know how, but I mean, it was just like within a blink of an eye, I was just doing my job and I got injured at work. And because of my injury is when I developed this horrific, disgusting disease. And I'd never heard of it prior to. I'd never been around anybody with it prior to. But my life over the past 14 years has changed so much, and it will continue to change. But it saddens my soul when others pass away with unresolved problems. And so life's too short for nonsense.
I'm guilty.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sorry. Life is too short for nonsense. One thing you don't want to happen is lose a loved one and the last thought of them was a bad one, was an angry one. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We're not perfect. And I think that's the problem, is there are people out there that assume or believe that they're perfect, that they make no mistakes. And when you've angered them or you've done something that they didn't like, they're not perfect. So people need to realize, stop throwing stones at the glass. You live in a glass house, you shouldn't be throwing stones. And what that means is you're not perfect. How dare you judge somebody else for not being perfect? Knock off the nonsense, truly. The last thing to come through was the lights. Okay, what about the lights? Are you talking about the kitchen light? That's the only light. Frank, we have a name. Hello, Frank. Welcome. We're going to add his name. Now Frank is not an old soul. No. Frank is from the 1900s. Sometime in the 1900s, but he's not an old soul. When I say Frank, I feel... Silent. Okay. When I say Frank, I feel young. Like, not from... He's definitely from the 1900s. Definitely. Frank is not an old name. Maybe 1960s, 1950s. But it's not an old name. It's not at all.
My name is Katherine.
Very proper. My name is Katherine. Well, hello, Katherine. How are you? I knew a Katherine once. We gotta add it. We gotta get another piece of paper. I knew a Katherine once. Welcome, Katherine.
Go right.
Go right. If I go right, that would be going out my door. We're not going to go right. This is my back door. We're not going to go right. That means I have to go outside, and I'm not going outside. Katherine is also a younger soul, a younger name, 1900s as well. Guess that I knew a Katherine. It's ironic to me when I get people's names that I know, because I always ask friends and family to stay back, to let others come forward.
Bernice.
Bernice is an older name. Bernice is an older soul. Not too old, not too much older, but I'm going to say Bernice is probably the early 1900s. I don't see Bernice being an older. I just want to make sure I'm spelling these right. Bernice, welcome. Good morning. Oh, my leg is falling asleep. All right. So we've been up here 2 hours. We're going to get off here now. We're going to end this conversation. And when I end this conversation, you are not to stay, you are not to linger, you must go. Is that understood? So, spirits, I am sending you off with love, light, peace, positivity, warmth, just all good, all goodness. I am sending you off with all goodness. When I end this conversation, you are to go, you are to leave, you are not to linger. I promise you, spirits, that we will be up here again. You will have your chance, your opportunity to come forward. But in the meantime, I'm asking you to please go, please leave. Okay? Again, when I end this conversation, you are not to stay, you are not to linger, you must go. Pulse.
Pulse.
Okay, spirits. And okay. Pulse was the last word we got through. But you got a lot of names. A lot of names. I'm going to actually start putting the names that we got. I'm going to start listing them in the community. So you can go up there and check out what names we got. I hope this mic worked for you guys. I hope you were able to hear me better. First time I'm using it indoors, but a couple of you have mentioned, not a lot of you, but a couple of you have mentioned, and I'm not just up here trying to I'm not up here connecting with the spirits and bringing information to you guys, but I also want you to be able to hear me. Again, turn up, put the earbuds in. I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to yell. So hopefully this worked for you guys. All right, so we're going to go. It's been 2 hours that we've been up here. I'm sending you all off with love, light, and a positive day, a positive rest of your week. The week's almost over with. I can't believe it. It is Wednesday already. Crazy. Weeks come and go real quick. Again, life is too short. It flies by too quickly. So I will talk to you all very, very soon. For you that have subscribed, thank you. I appreciate your kindness, and I appreciate you wanting to be part of this community. For you that keep coming back and watching me whenever we drop a video, hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it helps, and it's a way of supporting me. And the more subscribers we get, the more things we're able to do. So, and don't forget to click that bell for your notifications, and that way you are notified every time a video drops. And in the meantime, I love you all. I'm sending you all with just love, joy, peace, and positivity. And we will see you guys again real soon. Until then, ciao for now. Bye.